and not answering the telephone. Author William Flomer. The author William Flomer, essayist, fictionist, librettist, and biographer, was born in South Africa in 1903 and was educated there in England. His best known works include Torbot Wolfe, Museum Pieces, both novels, collected poems, and an autobiography. Double Lives is credited with the discovery and edition Kilvert's Diary, a minor classic. Outline of the lesson. Introduction. Reaction of people towards others without telephones. The author's two reasons for not having a telephone. The conveniences in having a telephone in one's one house. The author's avoidance of three things in conclusion. Gist of the lesson. The author has no telephone. He does not really like that phone because he can still manage without it. He cannot like the phone because he regards it as a pest. The author reveals his dislike of using a public phone. It is horrible to speak in a public telephone box. He finds people waiting before him, or he has to face the cold looks for someone waiting to take his place. There are inconveniences in having a telephone in one's one house. It rings at odd hours. He can ignore it, but he may not. On rushing from the bath or the bed, he told that is a wrong number if he does not answer it. It goes on ringing in the privacy of his own house. The other has no typewriter or car. At the beginning, he had a typewriter and a car. Now he does not enjoy typing. He has no temptation to drive a car. They are all machines. He does not like cleaning or oiling or mending them. He does not want to be dominated by them. What is necessary to others need not to be so the other. Summary. On not answering the telephone. William Flomer. Introduction. On not answering the telephone is a delightful essay by William Flomer. In it, he expresses his dislike of owning a telephone or using a public phone and discusses the inconvenience in having a telephone of one's own or speaking in a public phone. He also reveals his aversion towards cars and typewriters. Reaction of people towards people without telephones. The other has no telephone. Somebody takes it for granted that he has a telephone. Some people feel that the other must have a telephone. Some people wonder how the other carries on without a telephone, and he feels envious of him. Two reasons for not having a telephone. There are two reasons for the other not having a telephone. Firstly, he does not really like the phone because he can still manage without it. Second, he cannot like the phone because he considers it is a pest, waiting for an unexpected call that never comes or irritating delay due to engaged tone creates unnecessary suspense and anxiety. Dislike of using a public telephone box. The other reveals his dislike of using a public phone. Speaking in a public telephone box is really horrible. A person is in a hurry to speak, but he finds other people waiting before him. Once inside the box, he feels suffocated in a all ventilated box, while halfway through his conversation, he has to face the cold looks of someone waiting to take his place. Inconveniences in having a telephone in one's own house. The telephone at a person's house rings at odd hours. The person can ignore it, but he may not. He may suppose that somebody has important message from him. He may rush dripping from that path achieving from the table or dashed from the bed only to be told that is a wrong number. If he does not answer it, it goes on ringing in the privacy of his own hours. Some people may answer the call saying hello. It is indeed absurd to say hello or to give out their number or name to a total stranger, even if a person does not give out his number. It can be found in the telephone directory. He may feel it important to have a telephone in case of sudden emergency. In that case, he can avoid having his number printed in the telephone, or he can have a telephone usable only for outgoing calls. The author's avoidance of three things. It is said that a person must have a telephone or a typewriter. A conversation over the phone avoids to exchange of letters. In the absence of a telephone, it is advisable to have a typewriter because he has a write a number of letters. The author disagrees. He had a typewriter at the beginning, but now he does not enjoy typing. He has no use even for a car in the past. He had a car, but now he has no temptation to drive the car. He may be called an escapist, a crank, a simple lifer in this age of machines. It is a matter of preference, not principle. Do not without a telephone. A typewriter and a car, they are all machines, but the other does not want to dominated by machines. He does not like oiling, cleaning, or mending them. Conclusion. What is necessary to others need not to be so for the other. The English people pay particular attention of two things. One is mechanical invention, the other is literature. The author's one's business happens to be with the use of words. The essay ends on a ironic note, with all his abbreviation of telephone. He cannot help answering a call when somebody is waiting to speak to him in the telephone. The essay is written in a conversational style which makes it a readable and enjoyable.